Hey everyone, welcome to the Breaking It Downs podcast. Welcome to America's hometown, home of the first Thanksgiving. And Greg, some big news to kick off Turkey weekend, some wild happenings.
Yeah, so just as we have a bunch of guests visiting us, a lot of teams went on the road and had big Thanksgiving weekends already. So Green Bay, the Packers started
Yeah.
victorious in Detroit again. Detroit's got some issues. Amon-Ra St. Brown is now hurt. He's
I
out
know.
a couple
I
of
picked
weeks.
my fantasy. He got me 0 points. Thanks.
Nobody cares.
Anyway. Hey,
Nobody cares.
can we talk about something that everyone cares about? And I'm talking Joe Burrow, Conrad Fisher. Welcome back to the NFL, buddy.
That was a big win at Baltimore.
Hey.
Baltimore, question for them. Lamar has not looked the same since he's come back. Even though they had that winning streak going, it's a problem now on the offense. So because of their division, they're still probably going to be tied or game behind the Steelers, but issues there. And the Bears, huge win in Philly. Mr. Ryan Slavin out there. He's a happy man. Crazy in that game. And this is what I think will take the Bears forward. Over 280 rushing yards in the game. You play that formula late in the season, you're going to win a lot of games. So Philly lost. Made me happy.
And one team that's not winning, and I don't think they're quite used to this. I'm talking the Chiefs, and a bit of trouble for Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, I think the familiar theme. I don't think all of a sudden they're horrible, they're washed up. They look average these days. And Dallas improved defense. Chiefs O-line was a little banged up. I don't think it's shocking. They're now in pretty much desperate territory. Maybe one loss at most. They're sitting outside the playoff picture right now, and it does not look pretty. It's hard to fathom they may miss the playoffs, but it's looking realistic at this point.
I mean, guess Travis is going to have to figure out another way to pay for that wedding.
Jeez. Here we go.
Anyway, now on to the rest of the holiday weekend slate, beginning in Cleveland, where the 49ers, 6.5-point favorites on the road versus the Browns.
So we'll start with Cleveland. The big news, Shedeur Sanders was under center last week, and got to admit, say what you want about him. People don't like him, all the media. He played pretty well. Couple big passes. He definitely has more arm talent than Gabriel, than anyone else they have at the quarterback position. The defense is incredible. 10 sacks. Myles Garrett is now on pace to break the all-time record for most sacks in a year. That side of the ball is legit. We don't know what Sanders will do going forward, but it was improved. The Niners, Purdy didn't have a game, good game. Threw 3 picks early in the game. The defense, they've had a lot of injuries. They look better. It wasn't a great effort, but it's a win. A win's a win in the NFL. They look to be playing the part, even as banged up as they are.
And I think they're going to keep playing the part. I don't think it's going to be a pretty win, but I think it's going to be a win. Give me the 49ers to cover win.
I'm going to take the Browns to cover that game. Niners win. That Browns defense is legit. Right. Purdy throws anything in the air, it's a problem. Give me the Browns cover.
Okay. To Carolina, where the Rams are 10-point favorites on the road versus the Carolina Panthers.
So just talked about the 49ers. They beat Carolina. Tough performance for them. Here's the problem for them. They're 500. When Bryce Young, when they've not played well, he's not been good at all. He made a terrible decision inside the 5-yard line. To me, that's the type of thing that worries me. He's at the point now he's got to stop making those mistakes. The Rams, flat out, they look and feel like the best team in football. The last few weeks have confirmed Matthew Stafford is having an all-world season. I think the numbers are, I don't know exactly, 32-1 touchdowns, interceptions. It's incredible. They're the real deal.
And I think they're going to continue to be the real deal. It's a big spread, but I think the Rams come up with a big win, cover win.
Yeah, I don't love the spread here. I'll take the Rams definitely to win. I'll take Carolina with that 10-point cover. When they've been good, they've been all right. But the Rams are clearly the better team.
On to Indianapolis, where the Colts are 3.5-point favorites versus the Texans.
So, Houston, absolute dominant performance on defense versus Josh Allen and the Bills. They were the number 1 ranked D coming in. I think people questioned, are they really that good? Josh Allen, they learned it pretty quickly. Indy, great season. Offenses started to slow a little stagnant. Danny Dimes, who's having a great year, how to root for. I'd be a little worried. It seems like he's reverting a little bit back to. Great season. They have everything to play here. They're playing for the number 1 seed. Jacksonville's now closing the division. So I think they are legit, and I think Danny is better than what we saw in his Giants career, but their offense has not looked the same lately. I'll give you that.
All right, and give me Houston to cover and the Colts to squeak out a 3-point win.
I actually will completely agree with you there.
Look at that.
Must be Thanksgiving. Wow.
All right. Well, wow. On to sunny Miami, where the Dolphins, 5.5-point favorites over the New Orleans Aints.
So, familiar thing, New Orleans, the Aints ain't very good. No buenos. They were actually a favorite against the Falcons, which I thought was ridiculous. They did not win. We were on the right side of that. Alvin Kamara is out for them. Devin Neal, young kid, who's actually pretty talented. He'll play. Chris Olave, the star receiver, questionable. Looks like it's a management thing. He should play. Miami. I will say they've looked better lately. Won 3 of the last 4 coming off the bye. The D has been much better late, and I'll give credit. McDaniel, that team looked like it was a sinking ship. It seems like they're actually playing for him. So
I think Miami continues to play for them, giving Miami with the cover and the win.
yeah, I agree. I don't love the spread, but I just there's nothing the Saints do well to me. Give me Miami.
Okay, and give me a flight to Music City, where the Jaguars are 6.5-point favorites over the Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee. Remember that song?
Tennessee whiskey?
No, it's an old one. Anyway, just as my thing is it not pretty. Bottom 5, this is tight to talk about. Bottom 5 D, bottom 5 scoring offense, most sacks allowed in the NFL. That's obviously not a good thing. They have shown a little fight lately. If you look for positives, clawed back. They within 1 score of Seattle. They actually had an onside kick to try and get the ball back. Same thing, lost on a last-second field goal to Houston, 1 position to Chargers. That's what you're looking at for them. And yeah, Jaguars, they're playing very good ball. Lawrence has been good. They should get Brian Thomas back.
Okay.
They're in contention for first place now. Where they hit that low, they seem to be back on track right now. They're playing good ball.
Ugh, this is a tough one for me. I think I'm going to stick with my original gut, and I'm going to go the Titans cover and Jags win.
Yeah, clearly with you. Jags, even last week, overtime win. They have 2 overtime wins in the last 3 weeks. They play many close games over.
All right, heading to Tampa, where the Bucks are 3.5-point favorites at home versus Arizona.
So both this will be the Struggle City Bowl. Arizona, 1 win since September. Obviously not good. We're in late November here. We'll say this. Jacoby Brissett seems to be a quarterback. He's actually been pretty good. The O-line's been a problem, but he's played well. Nice game against Jacksonville in an overtime loss. They should get Marvin Harrison back this week, which is obviously a big deal. Okay. Tampa Bay. Injury's been the story. They've been reeling lately. Baker Mayfield got knocked out of the game with a shoulder. It looks like as of now he's going to play. Bucky Irving, the stud running back, he should be back. So they're getting a little bit of good news, but it's been a problem. The injuries have mounted up, lost 3 or 4, 3 straight for their last 5. Can they get it back going? And how healthy is Baker? It is, believe, his non-throwing shoulder, I think, but regardless.
All right. Give me Arizona to cover and Tampa to win.
Same. Field goal. I don't feel like we've ever agreed this much. This could be a debacle.
This is weird. And we're sitting much closer too. So
yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
Anyway, on to an epic matchup where the 4-win Falcons are 3-point favorites on the road versus the Jets.
Yeah, so Atlanta, very disappointing season. Last week they did have it was against New Orleans. I think one thing they've gotten away from, they need to stick to the run game. They're good at it. Bijan Robinson, they need to commit to that. And especially with Cousins, who Cousins looks kind of washed up. He played a decent game last week. He can still throw the ball. Mobility's not much, but played okay. The Jets, we know nothing pretty. Look for a bright spot. The D has actually played pretty well. It held up well against New England 2 weeks ago, against Baltimore. They've had nothing on offense. And Tyrod Taylor's now the QB. Justin Fields, we haven't seen much of a difference. So they've been competing, but there's not much of the talent in the cupboard.
Yeah. You know what? I don't think we're going to necessarily agree on this one because I think I might surprise you with my pick here, but I'm going upset. I'm going Jets.
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
So I don't trust the Falcons.
We're agreeing?
I don't trust Kirk Cousins, and I like Cousins as a player person. I don't trust him on a road.
I thought we were for sure going to differ.
Go Blues Cat. No.
All right. No. To the Northwest, where the Seahawks are 11.5-point favorites at home versus Minnesota.
So, sorry, Minnesota, no J.J. McCarthy, which he's not played well, flat out. That's so I don't know if it's really that much of a downgrade right now because he's not played good football lately. The legendary Max Brosner is at quarterback.
Legendary? Never even heard of him.
Well, Probably not. He played at New Hampshire for a number of years. He transferred to Minnesota, University of. Ironic enough, he's now with the Vikings. So not an easy place to make your first start in Seattle, put it that way. Seattle, they look the part of a legit contender. We talked about the Rams. The Rams held on. The Seahawks had a field goal chance to win at LA a few weeks back. They're legit. And Jigba, he's had monstrous numbers, best numbers in the league for any receiver by a wide margin. Darnold, the quarterback, very good this year, minus that Rams game. And their D's legit. They're a good team.
Give me Seattle cover win. I know it's a big spread, but I think it's going to be a big win.
I agree too. It's a rookie QB in Seattle. That's a tough place to do that. I'm with you. Big cover and win for Seattle.
Okay, to LA, where the Chargers are 9.5-point favorites over the Vegas Raiders.
The Oakland Raiders.
Vegas.
Disco out there will know this. Okay, Vegas, we'll start with them. It's been a disaster. Fired Chip Kelly, defensive coordinator, 2 weeks ago. The O-line is hurt. They've been getting abused. They gave up 10 sacks to Cleveland. You are never winning football games giving up 10 sacks. Geno Smith, QB, as of last week, I'm not sure currently right now with the games that played, he had the most picks in the league. Even when he has been protected, not been very good. Chargers, bad note, same story for them. Their O-line's been ravaged, and it's changed the team. The whole left side, which are 2 stars, are out. Bolton, Slater, it's compromised them. They're coming off the bye. Herbert still has weapons. They've looked good against the Steelers a few weeks ago. If he gets protection, he will be able to make plays. But
give me the Raiders to cover and the Chargers to win.
I after seeing what I saw of the Raiders last week, and I don't love the points.
Disagreement?
Yeah, I can't. If you can't protect that, if it's that poor, give me the Chargers.
Okay.
Yep.
To Kev's Steelers, Pittsburgh. They are 3.5-point favorites. Nope, point underdogs rather.
Underdogs.
Sorry, Kev's your team's an underdog.
Against the Bills.
Against the Bills.
Would you like to tell everyone who they're playing? Anyhow. So for Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers back, which Rudolph didn't play too bad in his absence. So tough loss for Chicago last week, field goal game. The D has been better of late, but overall it's not been the standard Pittsburgh defense. Buffalo, we talked about.
They're not been the standard of Buffalo.
Well, they ran into Buffalo. That Texans D is legit, especially at home. Buffalo's under 500 on the road. Not been great. Their D's been porous at times. We know Josh Allen, what the offense can do. There's potential to be a good game.
And I have the potential to upset Kefs and Jen because I am going Buffalo cover win.
I'm going to take Pittsburgh to cover. I want to take them to win, but I don't trust the defense. I'm going to take Buffalo with a field goal win over Pittsburgh.
Okay, to the Sunday night game in the nation's capital, where the Broncos are 5.5-point favorites on the road versus the Commanders.
So both teams coming off the bye. Washington hope to get Jaden Daniels back by this week. That's not going to happen. He's still out. They've had a total mess of season. D's been terrible. Everything has been bad. One good note, Terry McLaurin, the best receiver, he is going to play. It'll help Mariota, help the offense fit. Denver, I tell you what, the record's excellent. It seems like they play up and down to their competition. So whereas they struggled against the G-men, they've had a lot of close games. Yeah, so I'll leave you. Defense is excellent. Offense has been very good at times, sporadic at others.
Give me Denver to cover and win.
I think this is going to fall into the same ugly Denver, low-scoring. Washington pulls a Plunkett backdoor cover and Denver wins.
All right, on to the matchup of the week. Monday night, Greg and I are battling. Greg, we have my New England Patriots 7.5-point favorites over your stinky G-men.
Well, let's start with this. Unfortunately, I must let the public know we are technically no longer Super Bowl bound because
breaking news, guys.
We were the first team officially eliminated. Yeah. That will change come next year. Anyhow,
sure.
Giants, it's been some kind of season. They played an excellent game in Detroit, and they're just finding ways to lose. James Winston played great. The run defense has been a huge issue. Gibbs tore them up. Jackson Dart will be back. And the Giants, that you root for people to get fired, but as a fellow Giant fan, we could not deal with defensive coordinator Shane Bowen still being at the helm. He was let go. So, new changes, Dart is back. The Pats, serious note here. We know how good they've been. Injuries are a big concern in this one. Will Campbell, left tackle's out. Their entire left side guard, Jarrell Wilson, is out. That's a problem. The Giants' best unit against the pass rush, at least, their D line is pretty talented. So it is an interesting. The key to the game will be, does that Pat's beleaguered line hold up enough to give May time to make plays downfield against a not so great back end for the Giants?
May you be unhappy again, in the sense that I think your G-men are going to do just enough to give you that little bit of hope, Greg, and then they're going to take it away. G-men cover, Pats win.
Well, Thanksgiving getting on to Christmas is going to be bah humbug in your stocking. G-men exploit that offensive line, cause turnovers. G-men with the outright win over the Pats.
No chance.
You heard it here. Super Bowl bound next year.
Next year. Anyway, speaking of next year, it's not next year yet, but what are we doing after this big weekend? We're going to wrap this up pretty quickly because it is Saturday and we are about to host a Friendsgiving. So what do we got going on after that? Nothing?
I would surmise by tomorrow, judging off, we would have played like 4 overtimes tonight in those terms.
Yeah.
And I think the couch is going to get dominated tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I bet for that. Couch minus 10.5 will cover the spread.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, we are so thankful for you. And I'll kick it over to Greg.
Yeah, Julie said, hope everyone's having a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. Enjoy your football. It's great all weekend, today, tomorrow, and happy football.
Bye.